What's up, bradleyaidanjohnson? I'm gonna start this video off with a question. Do you use my photos to get girls online? Pause. Seriously. Actually, pause again. What was he thinking? Like, really? How would that have worked? I don't understand. First of all, you picked a terrible picture. That's not one of my best. Yeah, that is not one of my best photos. You picked a poor picture. But I guess maybe there were Photoshop considerations when you picked that picture. Now, I realized when I was looking at this picture, right, the other day, that every time I get one of these pictures or like one of these profiles online or whatever, I put it on Instagram, we all have a little bit of a laugh about it. But I realized I've never brought it to YouTube and said, look, oh, by the way, this happens. This happens. It's like the 5th time this has happened to me. So like, and that's the ones I've caught. So I'm like, I think I need to do like kind of a PSA and kind of a, you know, manhunt and find the people that did this. So first of all, if you're watching this, did you do it? If so, let me know so I can chastise you appropriately. Anyway, I've had so many laughs with this particular image, right? The first person I sent it to that knows me, whatever, was my dad. And he was like, he was like, okay, his expression that he gave to me was like, is this real life right now? Like, that was his expression that he gave, that is like, right now, am I in real life? You know, sometimes something happens to you and you kind of take a step back and you're like, oh, I'm sleeping. Oh, I thought I was awake. And then you're like, no, wait, I'm awake. What the f? This is like, that was his face. So he sent it to all like his friends that know me, and you know, every time I see one of them, they're like, and I like, it takes me a minute because it's like, it might be a while between like that time. I'm like, what was it? They're like, oh yeah, you've seen the photo. And then some of them saw it on Facebook, wherever, when I posted it, some saw it on Instagram, some saw it on Twitter, whatever, wherever you saw it. And it's like, normally this is what happens, right? You got an online profile on, say, an online forum like Facebook or like Twitter or like Instagram or like Tinder. Tinder's a good one now. Or like any one of these online things where the idea is you go on, you meet the opposite sex and you opposites sex. So they use the photos and whatever. And I've had loads of people just, my pictures and different name, different email address, like, you know, and then they run some game, you know, you get a phone number, more on that later. And, you know, that makes them happy. Whatever. We call it catfish. I say it, not them, because we should speak derogatively towards people that do such a nasty and disreputable thing. Anyway, so you got all these people doing this one, I'm like, whatever. But this guy, he went the extra mile. So I got this through, someone contacted me and they were like, are you really you? And I was like, which is a, you know, I don't know if most people probably aren't in my position to have ever been asked. It's a question I get often, like, am I really me? And it's really weird because, well, because I am. I am really me. And the idea of you asking, well, at the same time as being a compliment, is like, really? And then sometimes people ask me to prove if I'm really me. And like the idea of proving that you're really you when you're you is like, like, whatever, man. Like, I'm not going to prove I'm me when I'm me. So you're like, whatever. So she eventually was like, okay, look, someone is using your photos. I got them on my WhatsApp, whatever, pretending to be you. And I was like, okay. And they said they sent me a picture with their head on it. So I'm like, whoa, pause. That's never happened before. It's like, what's your number? So this person gave me their number. I spoke to them on WhatsApp. I was like, texting back and forth. And they were like, yeah, let me see if I can find the photos. Right now, yeah, I'm looking at I'm not my phone like this. And I got sent these pictures. And it was like, oh my God, when that one arrived, I was like, boom! That is, oh my God. So she said, there's other photos, I'm probably going to put them up. If they're up, they're going to be up here. And if not, this is a really long pregnant pause for no reason. Anyway, and she said, oh, every time he sent me pictures with no head. There's a joke in there somewhere, I just can't quite find it. Head, pictures, topless, head, girl. Nah, I'm not seeing it. Anyway, so every time we send pictures with no head. So she was like, the fuck? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm one of those like fitness models, right? But like, they don't show your face. So like, normally when like I take my photos, really? Normally when I take my photos, I don't show my face because they just want the body for the whatever. And she's like, alright. But then she's like, no, seriously, can you send me a picture of you with the body and the head? Like, I want to know that I'm getting what I paid for, so to speak. And so he was like, oh, God, fine. So he went into his little basement and he produced this. And that was his game, and she was like, alarm bells, obviously, because seriously. And she was like, all right, kind of cut off the communication there, yeah. And then, you know, happened across me online in the real life, you know, as if by chance. See, this is what, see, all the fact that she came across me was entirely by coincidence, right? She just happened to see a picture and was like, I recognize that torso. Now, how many people in the world have not managed to find me? Like, that this has happened to. Maybe this is a thing, because like, if you look at my YouTube channel, it's not huge. The chance of finding me online randomly are pretty minuscule, right? Right. So there must be other, you know what? Have you been affected by people pretending to be me online? If so, please come forward. I need to speak to you right now. By the way, I'm really me. Like, you can tell by the beard and the high body fat percentage right now if I lift up this t-shirt. Anyway. So I'm looking at this picture like, whoa. But then it came like, okay. First of all, I gotta explain, and I gotta let him. This is what I gotta explain: the effect of having photos like mine. Yeah. Okay. Right. If you are single, let's say, and you live alone, let's say, and you have considerable free time, let's say, and a smartphone, let's say, and you look like me, right? And you put a picture like my profile pic on this thing here, or any of my progress pics throughout any time of being lean, you put them pictures up on one of any of these social networking get some sex sites, let's be honest here, that's what it's for, right? You will get a favorable response. And when I say favorable response, I will use this photo from my phone to describe what I mean by that. That's all I'm gonna say. All right? Now, if you are lonely, right, and you just want to talk to somebody, you would be surprised at the kind of conversations you have just having one of those profile pictures. And this is from personal experience. You will be surprised at the things you get sent without asking for them. I'm just saying. You will be surprised at the amount of positive attention of that nature. So, you can't blame them on logic. It works. Like, okay, whatever. So, but whatever. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt based on intellect that if you are lonely and sad and a tiny little ant of a person and your life has beat you down and you need that thing, right? Then I understand why you would do it, because it works. I'll let you off on that thing. At least you're not doing something that don't make no sense. It makes sense. Obviously, it can only make so much sense because it can never really connect, so to speak, as you are limited by the fact that you aren't in fact me, or whoever pictures you're using at the time. You're still going to be caged to, so what you wearing or whatever, yeah. So like, it's kind of sucky, so to speak. Yeah. So you can't. That's terrible. So we'll let that slide. But what I just wanted to understand and try and get into the mind of was, because it's not the best Photoshop job, but it's a semi-decent Photoshop job. And I'm wondering, during the creation of this image, was there any, and I said this to my brother, I said this to my brother, we were laughing about this, we were sending texts back and forth. I feel like putting the text message history of what me and my brother were saying about this guy, like, anyway. But the one that got me, the thing I said was, wasn't there any point when you were adding another Photoshop layer, I know a little bit about Photoshop, when you were blending them images, that you thought, I want to do it. Okay, smooth that edge. Oh, the lighting's a bit wrong. And then you just went, what the fuck am I doing? Wasn't there any point where you did that? I'm gonna do it again. What the fuck am I doing? Because we all have those moments, don't we? Sometimes you're doing something and you kind of look and you're like, how did I get here? What the fuck am I doing? Where am I? What is this? You're like, you do things that you think, you know what? If I had to explain to my grandma that I did this, man, I would be really embarrassed. Like, use that as your gauge. Like, see what you're doing right now at any moment in time, right? Sometimes your pants around your ankles, metaphorically and actually, and you're like standing in a place and you shouldn't be in that place, and something's happening, you got something in your hand or you don't, or whatever. You're in some form of situation that is not ideal. Think, What would your grandma say if she could see you now? What would your grandma say? Would she say, I'm proud of you? Or would she say, oh man, no. So, this is the first video I've ever done on the whole catfish phenomena. I just want to find out if you are one of the people that do this. Just let me know. You can be anonymous on like YouTube. You can just say, yeah man, I do this, whatever. And I'll be like, cool, I'll have a conversation with you. I'm interested to find the people that do this because I want to know what's happening up there. Are you one of the people that have been affected by this? Have you spoke to someone that turned out to not be the person that they are? If you specifically spoke to someone that turned out to not be me when they said they were? And like, yeah, just let me know in the comment section what you think. I want to do it one more time. Oh, where's the file? What the fuck am I doing? That's what you need to do. Seriously, have that moment more often, you strange little people. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Peace!